Hello.
Hello. Hello, hello.
Stream started.
Welcome, welcome. Hello. Historia is back, by the way. Yes. I took a moment before starting stream to actually connect Historia. Indeed. Anyways, so today my internet has been very spotty. Yes. Now that I think about it, should I tell the developers of YouTube Studio that their software is fucking up? Huh. I probably should, huh? It just came to me. Thinking about, like, the issues. I just thought about that. Okay, I will write at the end then. What do you... Hello, this is... Apparently I need a passcode to be able to send messages on... The fuck? On X? Since when? The actual fuck? Where do you even get that? Wait. Hold on. The fuck? Hold on.
Burger.
Okay. Factor authentication. No, it's not that. Password research records, receipts, PayPal. I don't have it. The fuck? Hold on.
Howdy.
It says, go to mobile device on the app. Change your password on that mobile. Go to the chat inbox, click on the gear icon. Scroll down and tap change passcode. Huh? What do you mean? The fuck? That's not it. That's not it. Is this thing? There is no change passcode button. The fuck? What? No, that's just spam. The fuck? Okay. Okay, so I wanted to warn the person who made the software, the YouTube Studio software. That the software is fucking up. But apparently it's not letting me send messages. Okay. Should I just add the creator instead of sending a private message? Does it does that often? What do you mean? Okay. Just so I have like a reference. Okay, so let me just add the creator then. Okay, post. Hello. Not directly at them. Hold on. Can I just post from my profile and just quote them? For people having connection issues after the sound effect update for VTube. That's not a V. VTube Studio. For people using the started reaction stream and having connection to the Sound of Studio, turn the feature off. With all apps. After Sound of Studio, turn the feature off to solve the problem. Now I just add that to Dentistsoft and VTube Studio. Don't know if this issue is widespread. but using that command. Let me just pause. Let's make it a chain. I can reproduce it consistently by using this thing. Using this thing by running these commands using dots but that I call from my Steam stream deck. I should probably include a picture of the command list. Hold on. You will guys see, like, if you check Twitter, my actual like string of commands here. Let me just copy this. New. Hold on. Okay, save picture. And then I just open it and paste it. Let me edit it a little bit, removing personal information. Let me just edit this. I need to be more precise. Hold on. Okay. We remove this. Okay. And then I can select this, move this to the other. Over here. Just to hide personal information. That top file override. Okay. Remove personal details from file metadata. Okay, and I can use this. Connection issues allow fatal sound effect waves to turn the feature off to solve the problem. Okay, I will post it. Okay. I wonder if I will get a response. Either way, the information on how to solve it now is out there. Yeah. Anyways, let us continue. So, apart from that, my ISP internet provider is also playing with my connection, so that will be interesting. Not any fine-tuning indeed. Actually, let me just turn my AC on and we will begin. Let me switch over.
Hello. Stream started. Burger. Howdy.
I'll be right back. Give me a moment. Okay. There is 2 cats currently in my room, so there is a high chance I will get interrupted. Indeed. Let's see. Let's open Game Maker. I heard you're supposed to cover your feet after they dry from a shower? Why? That sounds weird. Okay, last time we were working on the enemies. There is one enemy we ignored, right?
Yay, interruptions.
Interruptions, indeed. So, the one we didn't actually finish was the shield skeleton, right? What kind of behavior should the shield skeleton have? Should it just like engage into defense and that's it? Should it just block? Or should it actually attack also? Question. Shield bash or casually? It should be annoying. What did you miss? I posted my message to the Bit of Studio author, and I'm like trying to figure out what to do with the skeleton shield. Simply. Yeah. I see you already liked my reply. Maybe have the parry the player's attacks? How about I... You took a massive L today? Really? A parry sounds like a good idea. Actually, it gives me a really nice idea. Okay, so currently this is the structure, right? We just simply go through the different states. Basically, you spend a lot of money on a blood test only for it to tell me somehow everything's okay. Oh. That's really annoying, indeed. Yes. We don't have a defense tactic here. Idle, alert, wandering, moving. So, we don't have a guarding state. That's basically it. So we could, on alert, we basically just switch to hunting, right? So in hunting is where we create the path to the player or go back into wandering, right? So moving is the one that handles the approaching the player. And we check for a condition to do everything, right? So should I add a warding state? Question. What do you guys think? Because right now we're just checking for the attack condition, right? And this check of the attack condition is what switches the state to wind up and prepared for the attack. How much work is it? I would say it's a fair amount. What state do the player does got during the parry? Well, do I have the player here? Yes. So, the player basically here we check for the press for defense and we go the state defend, right? During that state, there is a 15 frame gap where if you get attack, it will be considered a parry. Yeah. Basically. So I could just add a defense tactic, maybe. Maybe have it work like the enemy parries in Silksong, but obviously a little slower. What do you mean? You mean the way if they attack at the same time as you is considered a parry? If the enemy gets hit by parry, oh, you mean to make it a state. But that's not a parry, that's a counter, basically, in my opinion. We do not have a unwind up. We don't have an unwind up. Huh. Interesting. So here we check for an attack condition, right? And then we switch to wind up. And we do that when we are moving. Okay, let me process for a bit. We have an attack, we have a shield. Do I have a... I don't have a check for the vlogs, do I? Okay. Okay, so the function we have is, let's call this a check for lock condition, right? And I believe the state we have is defend, right? Or checking the defense.
Judge.
Okay. So what we have is the enemy, right? That enemy is moving. Then the player approaches. Then we go into defense. Then if the player attacks, we detect the block. And then the enemy transitions into shell bash. What do you guys think about that? It looks so easy. And it would be the same structure as here, right? We check the distance, we make sure we are like within range. We don't really care about the line of sight, but it's nice to have. And we change to defend. Should we have a state previous to defend? Like doing like basically raising shield to defend to lowering, or from here transitioning into locked and then shield bash. If you know what I mean. Hmm. I think just what seems to make sense. The most important is how it runs. Will those imply instant interactions? No, it will make it just smoother, basically. So you will have like a small, like, time gap when the enemy is like trying to defend to hit them. Then they move into complete defense, right? They are no longer like affected by your attack. And if you hit them at a point, then they transition into the shield bash, or they lower the shield eventually, right? It just implies more animations. Okay. Okay. So here, let's rename these states to make it more seamless. Let's call this shielding. Then we have defense. Then we have unshielding. Right? Instead of lowering. Just so we can have like the states have here, right? And then we have the, let's just call it a bash. Right? So we go into the states over here, and we will make a variation to the attack that will be shielding. Then we will have the, we already have the defense. What is the defense? Defense. We move into defense. Then from that we go into the unshield thing. And then if that works, we move into the blocks. Oh wait, do we already have a block? Wait, we don't. That autocomplete was weird. Then from that we have the bash. Right, this is our defense states. So over here, let's do something interesting. Here we will move on to into shielding. From the rectangle without the distance, we face the target of the player, right? But to prevent it from like triggering all the time, how about we have a variable that handles the cooldown for the defense. Let's put it right here. And let's call this let's call this defense cooldown. And let's set it to 0 for now, so it can block from the start. right? And then we repeat this stuff. Over here in the block condition, we will also check if our defense cooldown is lower or equal to 0, greater than 0, then we just return false. So it won't trigger. If it doesn't, we will set the cooldown. Let's say a cooldown of defense. Oh, you're right. Defense. I don't remember if he's writing with S or with C. Does anybody remember? With one cycle cooldown. Defense is made out of wood.
Defense is made out of wood.
Is with an S? Is it? Really? I have a vague memory of it being like... Let's call this let's make it 1 second. And I will say I need to take it down, right? Where do we take it down? Should I make a new function for that? Function. Tick. Oh, I already have a tick timers function here. I don't. Huh. So defense cooldown minus equals delta time. If we are about 0, we take the delta time. And then I will just call the tick timers on idle, on wandering, right, and on moving. right? And here I have to check if check for block condition. Okay. Now that we move into shielding, right? That means I need to add a state over here. So, a case on shielding. Here I will just call on shielding, right? So I can keep things fairly clean. Function on shielding. Okay. Blah. So we're going to shielding. That's just the animation, right? So we just say sprite index equals get sprite. Just update the animation. Right? And on animation ends of shielding, shielding animation ends. Case state dot shielding break and shielding animation ends. Over here we switch the state to defense, right? So function on defense. Right? So now we have over here the next state on defense. On defense. Okay. On defense, we just stay like this for a moment, right? So how we did the way define this? Are these all the enemies this floor will have besides the all bosses? So much work? Oh, I don't think you understand what I'm doing. You see, this is not the shield enemy. You can see the name right there, right? This is the thing that controls all enemies. So right now I'm giving defensive capabilities to every fucking enemy on the game.
Something is rising and it's not the shield hero.
This will probably break the whole game. Yes. So, on defend. Should we just like yeah, basically the parent class to all enemies. So when we are blocking, we can simply just do nothing, I suppose. Just update the sprites, right? And once the animation is ended, we will make the animation decide the duration of the block, right? Animation ends. We go over here. Case state dot defend. When that ends, we trigger the animation end effect, right? And on the animation end, what we do is we switch state. So state dot unshielding. Right? Okay, first interruption. My cat wants to leave the room. Hey, cat. One moment, I'll be right back. Hello. So, when my cat was trying to exit, tried to open the door, I picked the cat up, and it seemed to not like it. Yeah. Okay, so we are on the state of unshielding, right? So, function on unshielding animation ends. We switch to the state of dot hunting back, right? Because there is no reason for us to like do anything while the animation is playing there. So case state dot unshielding. We do that. Like that, right? So unshielding just goes to hunting. But if we are defending and we get hit, right? That's when we switch to block. The block animation, right? That means the defend animation got interrupted, so unblocked, right? Here we are going to need another function. Check for bash conditions. Okay. Blah. 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 If we are in range of the player, again, right? Like the attack condition. Right, we check for the range here. We switch here to the bash, right? And we also need to check, should I give this a cooldown also? Bash cooldown. How big of a cooldown will you like? If bash cooldown is greater than 0, return false. Bash cooldown would be how much? Blah. Oh, it's raining very violently outside? Wow. Sounds like you might lose connection to the internet. Let me check something. Oh. Oops. I was wondering why it was not triggering. Ah. So that's why it was not triggering. Okay. Okay, so how much of a delay for the bash? Would be how much? Three seconds? What do you guys think? Too long? Really? What would be better? You mean cool down? Yes, cool down. Okay, good night, Ricardo. Rest well. Sleep. Don't die. may see us not smite you today. Maybe tomorrow, but not today. Okay. Now that this triggers, right? Unblocked, we will just switch to the correct sprite. Right? Then we go into the bash. Function on bash. Right? Just can try. So over here we will have a case state dot bash break, and here we say on bash. Okay, so what do we do on bash? I would say the same thing we do on attack, right? Whatever the thing can just be here on bash. You got not going help, whatever works best. Here I'm just switching the sprite to the bash sprite, right? So, because we're on any parent, I need to keep things fairly generic, right? So they apply to every enemy. But now that we have this function on bash created, I can go back to our lovely shield enemy and just inherit event and simply say, hey, the bash we're going to overwrite, right? And I'm going to grab this word skeleton as an example. We just modified the attack, right? So I will grab this and put it over here. We don't need the melee front. Actually, we do need the melee front. Hold on. And this is... Wait. This is the enemy parent. Hold on. I fucked up. To avoid confusions. Right here. This is going to the bash. Right? Basically the same attack. But I want this to have more knockback, right? So how about I make a little custom thing? Actually, I have an idea. How about I use the explosion as the thing, right? So I switch this as object underscore explosion. Let's test it out. By the way, I'm planning soon to start working on the music because this game requires music. I forgot to remove the boxes I was using as a reference. Hello. It's not attacking. Interesting. Yeah. That's weird. Hold on, let me check. What vibe are you looking for? I'm looking for the Zelda style. Yeah. Okay, we are here. Let's see. I want to put a little thing here so we can actually see what's happening. So it's not triggering the bash at all. That's not a good sign. Okay, let's see. It's not the bash. The bash is just not triggering. Okay, let's check on the defense. Is defense triggering? It's not triggering defense. Okay. Shielding? Is shielding triggering? Shielding is triggering, okay. So, shield triggers, right? One right here. Let's go in. Oh, shielding only like changes the sprite here. Okay. We go in there. We change the sprite. Okay, we go through the whole thing. Okay, let me check. We need to check the animation end. For shielding, not so much the shielding itself. Okay, let us continue and see what's happening. Okay, the animation finishes right there. We change to the fence for the state. Okay. So this should go break. So we are entering the shield state. I can tell from this. Okay. Yeah, we are entering the shield. So let me check the defense. Excuse me. We do have an exit state. Yes. Let's see. So we continue. Okay. Now we're entering the defense. Right there. So we just update the sprite. Okay. So we are going into the defense state. Now let's see if we are exiting through here. Okay, we are actually exiting right here correctly and going into shielding. Okay. So we are going through the whole defense state without issues. Good, 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 good. And then we are triggering the unshielding end animation. Okay. Okay, I see. Huh. Maybe it's because we don't have the actual animation. Oh, you piece of These skeletons are really fucking hardcore. He grabbed the heart, you piece of shit. Okay, so this guy doesn't actually attack. He just blocks. Okay, let me do something. I'm going to make one sprite. Just so we can see that skeleton working. No scripts, sprites. Enemies skeleton shield. This guy. Right, I'm going to make a duplicate of this. Duplicate. Okay. So I'm going to make one that is direction down. The state is defend. Right? In theory, that should be the one we want. And what I'm going to do is modify this so we can tell it apart. By selecting this, we are going to move it to the center. And maybe make it bigger. Right, I will just make a bigger shield. It's more obvious, right? And I will duplicate these frames a lot, so it's a long animation. And let's slow down the frame rate to be 8 frames per second. So it's going to be a long stop animation. These skeletons are really fucking nasty. Holy shit. Okay. So that is the defense. Oh wow, is it not going back into defense? Huh. Hold on, let me just get rid of this guy. He's trying to attack. Did it only go into the defense once? Oh. Right there. Huh. Interesting. And you can still like hit it. Huh. So it is going to the fence, but it's not going into the bush when you hit it. Oh, it's because I have not connected to the attack system. Hold on. Scripts attack. Okay. This is going to be a mess. So let's see. This is the main attack function. We have the interrupt list. It's. We check if it's a parry. Invaluable, hit, destroy, owner. Do I not check here if we are defending? Oh, right here. Object return, set multiplier, there's a little bit there. Quick target, attacker, invisibility frames, other attack object, attack package. Block back is dead. Block. Check for block. It is what checks for the defense. I think I need to simplify this. Okay. Should I do a rework of this function? Because I feel like I need it. Here, let's create variable access ID owner to let's create place. We add the owner to the head list. Okay. We trigger on our current XY. If we don't have one from this, we grab one. Why am I doing this exactly? Why am I doing this? It just prevents it from getting hit, stopping the thing by the owner. So let me just make like comments because this code is old like hell. Dear default unknown unless object has a local dir. Get kids. Get kids. Actually, I don't need this to be here. Hold on. This can just be over here. And I can just call this ignore owner. Then we get it. This is check for distance all the way here. This is process. You cannot see. Process hits. Okay. And we check here if hits is greater than 0. I'm returning interrupt. Oh. Am I using these things somewhere? Oh, am I using there? But I'm not using this anywhere. So I could just like move this one over here. Since I'm not really using this. Yeah. Okay. So we're processing the hits. We go one by one. Okay. Target ID, find on hit list we grab one value from the list basically. We check if the ID is the ID of the thing. So it's basically skip yourself right here, right? Then we find grab element from the list. You can skip yourself. If already his target ID equals -1, so we don't find it, then we do this, and this abarks pretty much everything. Yeah, it basically uses everything. Oh. Is there any code outside of this? Hold on. There isn't. Ah. So I can invert this. Okay. If we don't find it, is when we process this, right? So if I just say, if it's not -1, so we find it on the list, we continue, right? So we can have that validation, and over here I can kill one key. To make things more simple. Let's see. So we add to the list. A successful parry. Interesting, we have a parry check here. And this is we target the variable party timer return false. Party timer will create and zero return true. Okay, this is ignoring completely whether or not we are defending, which is interesting. I made this code at the start of the project when I was barely learning how to use a game maker, basically. Speed multiplier plus plus. What is this? Owner equals target ID. Oh, this is to reflect the projectile right there. Then we return false. Or return true when that's auxiliary. Huh. I do like pasta. That's indeed true. I keep forgetting what the knockback does. We get two directions, your own and the things that trigger knockback. So this is applying the knockback to the object. Oh. Attacker equals ID. Wait, target ID. Attacker equals attacker. Invisibility frames. Hello. Yes,
Back
we're
to
coding.
coding. I love to see it.
Indeed, we're coding. I'm trying to untangle this. Hold on. Let's see. This is basically handling projectiles. And this is what allowed us to parry explosions also. Yeah. Increase multiplayer, change the owner, clear the list, hit, direction. This is inverting the direction. Don't I have a function that inverts direction? Invert direction, right? Yeah, it just returns the opposite direction. So I can just get rid of this and can say our direction is getting inverted. No need for that code. Okay. So this is all for the parry of the projectile right here. Ah. There is so much shit here. Wow. Okay. Okay. Let me put this over here. What we have is here. What we want to modify is somewhere in here. This is just for projectiles. We have an attacker. Switch to the ID of attacker. Exists, visit frames. Control, trigger, UI, hearts, ability resorting. Also, we trigger the hit here. Okay. Then we have this block. What is this? From is the 4. Okay. It's almost legible. Hold on, I'm figuring it out. Check block. Paralytic ID exists states. Return false. Defense. Return false. Locked we assume is true. If direction, we check the direction. Here we are just basically checking if they are opposing directions. And then we return blocked. Okay. So this is the variable that check if we manage to block or not. You're adding local multiplayer? Nice. Nice, nice. And here we get the state here. Okay. So this is what we check if we are blocking. On no block. Evaluate damage type. We apply the damage. We set hit frames. Change the attack object. How many lines is this attack section? About 100 lines? Yeah, little less, maybe 90 lines. Lots of empty space also. Okay, so this is where basically this would be got hit. And over here would be blocked. Hit. Right down here. So here is where I will change the state. So block. Yeah. Yeah, I'm like slowly untangling this. And here I can just set vulnerability frames. Check for defense state. Got hit, block the hit, right? Now it's way more clean. Only compliment her once she does proper documentation. Wow, wow. Okay, so now that I said the change of state right there, right? We can go in here. Excuse me. It blocks. I see it trying to attack, but it doesn't defend. It does work once for some reason. But even if I... Oh, that actually blocked just fine. Set prefix not set. Oh, I see. Okay, wait. I got it. Hold on. Enums. Direction, doors, log sizes. Where did I put the... Here. Maybe I should move these animals onto their own file. Now that I think about it. Let me just move this to make things more clean. Let's grab that. And I will just create a new script here, and let's call this state. Right. Yeah. Okay, we have the states here. These are the new ones we created. Let's see. Random state, we have the attack here, we have wind up, we have the charges, here is the defense, uninterrupted. So here we will make those, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 5. So we need 5. Okay, we have shielding. We have defend, we have unshielding. We have block. And we have bash. I wish there was a function to just return the name of the state as a string. Okay, let me copy this. And we go to the prefixes. Over here, that is defend. Let's put this here. Okay. What do we call shielding now? Let's call this... it has to be the letter. So... SHL? USH? BLK? BSH. Right. Now let me just check they are unique. Oh wow. Okay, they are unique. Nice. So now we have all the state sets. So now it should like actually work. Oh shit, these skeletons are nasty. Ouch. Okay. Change to blocked. Ah. It's not going into the block again. Interesting. Oh. That's weird. Okay, let me do a little debugging real quick. So let's see what is happening here. I need to check the validation of the entry show parent event. I want this, the block condition, right there. There's the book. Is it able to attack in the first place? Maybe that's what is breaking in. It can attack, it just doesn't have a sign attack. That's it. Okay, it is checking the block condition right there. Let me untick this until we go to the shield guy. Ouch. Let's get rid of these guys real quick. You also. Okay. So now let me pick that. Oh, it's actually checking already. Okay. So we have this. Actually, how about I just set it right there? So only when it passes, we check. Come here. Actually, let me just exit and come back. Did it just trigger? So we enter here. The cooldown is very low. Attack range, we should be switching to shielding here. Did we enter again? Oh, wait. I see. Okay, let me set it somewhere else. Okay, so there it triggered, right? We are in here. We are validating the distance. That's working. We're switching to shielding right there. Okay. So here is defending. That block didn't do anything. And now it's not triggering, like at all. So let me just validate the check here. That triggered. Okay, so our cooldown is... Oh wow, wait. That cooldown is massive. Hold on, is that going down? Eh, 43... 69.13. Oh, it is going down. Is it maybe the cooldown too big? Yeah, the cooldown is massive, but I was trying to like make it a second. Is that tick down not working, maybe? Hold on. Is the tick timers not being called? Tick timers. It is greater than 0, so it should be going down. It should be 1 second. Why is taking forever to trigger? Huh. Oh, see, it actually triggers. Oh! Wait. I have a macro set for that would be 1 time seconds. For 1 second. Macro seconds game set game speed FPS. Oh wait, maybe that's an option. Hold on. Because right now my macro for seconds is a bit different. It's like hard-coded. You can see it right there. Right? So you're saying you are using... Oh, shit. That's not... Constance. Because the documentation says that each second is this amount in the documentation for GameMaker. So I was lied to, is what you're telling me. So you are getting it like get game underscore get speed game on speed FPS. That's the way you are setting it, right? Excuse me. That switch to blocked. And it's staying blocked. Oh. Oh, now it's defending. And shielding. Hunting. Defend. And shielding. Hunting. Defend. Now it's working. It was just a massive, like... Huh. Now it's just not triggering the shell bash. It stays unblocked. Hmm. Ah. I will use time delta time, but I'm not sure GameMaker uses that. It does. I'm actually using that. Yeah. Hmm. You see, I'm using delta time over here. On the cooldown, there is a delta time. Yeah. That's why I was using what the manual said. Yeah. Get speed and frames. So I suppose that's better. Okay, now it's getting into the block condition, right? But when we are in the block condition, we're actually not doing anything. The bash should trigger here on bash. So we have the state of bash, but we don't have a block. Oh, wait, that maybe is the issue here. Hold on. This. Open parent event. So we don't have a block here, so let me just add it here. unblocked. Hmm. 60 FPS caps always hit permanent scores. I'm not looking to be perfect, so this works just fine. Yes, my coding is questionable. Okay. Do we have an unblock function here? We do. We just stay there. Yeah, we need to make it personal to the enemy, so function. Unlocked. Let's see. Switch sprite. The state. Actually. Hold on. My brain is braining. This is the player. Hold on. Where is the current event? Oh, there it is. These blocks, instead of here, it will be better on the animation end. State blocks, we call them block.
It burns when nothing else will.
No. And yeah. Block animation ends. Unblocked. Animation ends. Here we just switch.
Inverted question mark.
Don't start. Please don't start. State dot we will go to shielding by default, right? But I can overwrite this over here, right? And here, function, instead of going into shielding, we will go into bash, right? So we go on bash, and on bash animation ends. Bash animation ends. bash. On bash. Animation and... Okay. Arrays in the context of partial differential equations for solving wave equations and with multifunction fall into junk. Technical, the symmetric stuff, but used differently. Indeed. I'm barely able to figure out how to copy whole equations, let alone partial ones. Wow, wow. Doing math for like actual integral equation and differential equations are a different set of skills to game programming, I will say. Yeah. But they are very useful. On bash animation state equals state dot and shielding. We just exit, right? Did I not? Oh, I did write it correctly. Okay, in theory, now our little guy should be able to bash. And by bashing, I mean creating an explosion that will rock the world. Locked? Ouch! There we go, now he's bashing. And shielding? Hunting, defense, locked, bash. Locked and bash. The block is lasting a little bit too long, I will say. Yeah, hold on. Let me do something. Let's see. On bash, we switch right here, right? So the issue is the block. On block, we switch. It's right here. And shielding. Huh. I thought it should like switch here, but did I overwrite something? That's fine. On block action animation end, we switch to bash. I'm not overwriting this. Returning the default in this character model. Did I modify the ground sprite? Is what you tell me. Hold on. Sprite. Defend. Nope, it's still just one frame. Let me put 2 so it's easier to know. It actually works. And only bash that comes to mind Warfare 3 bash also is current modding bash patches which no longer attend. Let's see. Yeah, the blocked state lasts a lot. Ah! Oh. Hello. Oh wow, our bomb guy is not bombing, which is not a good sign. Oh right, because it's triggering the blocked. Ah, I forgot about that. Okay. So I need to basically set a variable here, variable definitions. And this is can block. Let's make it a boolean. Set it to false. Move it up. Right? And that means over here I can just say, hey, you can defend. And over here in the functions on the check for block condition, if can defend, no can defend, return false. So only the enemies that can defend actually defend. And again we knew that guy is working correctly. Also that guy. That way at least we know. There it is. Correctly exploding things now. Now let me check that the bash is actually working. Hello. Lock. Bash. It's still taking so long to switch, which is weird to me. That is taking so long to switch. Why are you taking so long to switch? Okay, let's go through this. Once we enter the lock condition, right? We go into shielding. We finish shielding. We go into defense. On defense we stayed there, but we switch that. On block we switch this. Locked. Bash. Check for bash conditions. Is the bash cooldown? Did I ever take down the bash cooldown? I never take down the bash cooldown. Ah. That could be a good explanation for this. But how is bashing if the cooldown never triggers? Wait. Then how is it even bashing? Actually, bash conditions are not being checked. I never actually used this. How are we switching to bash again? At the end of the block condition. Okay, that says a lot. That still doesn't explain why the bash doesn't trigger until the block animation ends. But the block... it's its own thing. It should like trigger immediately. The fuck? Hold on. Let me do something. Let's make a block. You okay? Right? And what I'm going to do is just dye it red so we can actually like know is on block, right? And since it's 8 frames per second, I'm going to cut it in half to make it like last just half a second, right? Oh wow, it's not even like triggering. Interesting. Hey you. Yes you. That blocked, unshielding, hunting, event, blocked. Now it's not passing through the bash anymore. Huh. It's not even like triggering the bash. Huh, wait. It's quite literally not triggering the bash. Huh. So it's going into shielding. Oh, I see. Hold on. I need to put that return there. Obviously, because it's overwriting the state. Oh, yeah. That makes sense. Let's see. Ah, whoa. It's still not triggering the bash animation. The block thingy. Did I write that wrong? Hold on. Where is it? Blocked. Where did I switch to blocked again? All right, on the attack script. Right here. I'm switching to block. On hit. Huh. Hmm. Is the value correct? BLK. BLK. Yeah, that's fine. Huh. Frame state. So it's not an issue with the sprite. Let's see. Let me test a little bit. Okay. We are here on the bash. So the bash is triggering now. We never actually passed through the lock state, did we? Ah. Hold on. We never triggered this, right? Oh, because there is nothing here triggering that. We do have block animation ends. Oh. Wait. This might be why. Ah. So only triggers if you are standing close enough. Like that. Yeah. Okay. So now that we have that working, finally, we made the shield guy really fucking dangerous now. How about I make it even more dangerous? So right now, the state of block is triggering just like that, right? And the knockback is applied to the enemy. Right here is reducing half when it's blocking. How about I make this scale according to the size of the enemy? Right? So a big enemy won't get any knockback. Right? Yes. I believe we had a function to get the size of the enemies. Do we have a variable here? Yeah, we have a size right here. Okay. So we will switch according to the size, right? And our sizes are right here. Ah. Okay, and then we need the brakes. Okay. So we need a size difference, right? So it would be if we assume this is 0, right? That would make this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we need a size for the heat. So var underscore heat size. That is the one doing the heat, right? And then we need to make the difference for this. So that would be the size difference. It's going to be the heat size minus size, right? And that will give us either a positive or a negative, right? So, hold on. I'm trying to make the math in my brain. That would be a negative, a positive. Or a 0. Okay. So I want either to multiply or divide. Okay. So if our size difference is greater than 0, right? We will set the effect to be that difference, right? So it will be 1 plus the size difference. right? So if they were on the same size, it would be just 1, right? And not just 0, because we don't want divide by 0. Bar underscore effect equals to, I will default it to 1, right? That's if it's greater than 0. If it's less than 0, instead of multiplying, wait, we divide, right? So if it's 1 plus this as the division, right? So if this is a 0, we will get a 1. If this is a 1, we will 2, and this will divide the knockback. Yeah, that's what I want. And we set the knockback like this. And instead of setting a division, we do a multiplication, right? Because this is going to return fractions. Want to commit suicide, you think? Yeah, this would multiply in that case, divide on the other. Okay, and that means I need to set the size for the skeletons. So our basic skeleton, let's make it medium size, right? Yeah. Then our bomb getter, let's make it also medium size. Skeleton ball, let's make it a small size because it doesn't have that much equipment on them. Or shield dude, on the other hand, very size. We will set it to a large. This sword dude, let's put it on medium. Right? So that means now your attacks won't like knock back the enemy as much. Ah! It crashed immediately. Because obviously it did. Oh, I see. I see my error. Hold on. I see. Hold on. I see my mistake. It's a very obvious mistake. Hold on. You see this? There we go. Also, why do I have pieces? I don't need pieces. Switch, excuse me. Hello. Hello. Ha. Senpai. Hello. Now that thing is way more dangerous. Ow. There is this weird behavior where it like does a bit of damage after the block for some reason. Huh. Well, it's triggering the hit animation on the player, but it's not actually doing damage apparently. Wait. Oh. Okay, we have 2. Oh. Okay, that basically removes 1 heart. Ouch. Yeah, it does a bit of damage when you hit the block, which is... Is it doing damage? Wait, let me check something. So we don't take any damage here. I go here. Wait it for the fence. Don't take the explosion damage. Check if this guy... Huh. Interesting. Wait. Okay, so... Damage. Interesting. Huh. That's weird. Huh. Lovely. Okay. Okay. Maybe it's because of the knockback. It's like hitting the player with the knockback? Huh. Hold on. Maybe it's just the knockback. Which would be kinda weird. Not gonna lie. Okay. It did trigger knockback right there. Or 0. It has a bit of strain on X. 1, 0, 1 positive. There's a bit to the right. Our position is lower, that is higher. Okay, it is indeed like triggering a weird thing here. Huh. Yeah, it basically knocks the enemy on the ground direction. Huh. And then it triggers the explosion. So it is indeed actually doing a bit of damage there. Huh. Why is this triggering the knockback to the ground direction? Frames knockback. The knockback is going on the wrong direction. Let me see something. Hold on. Doesn't that mean... Hold on. Excuse me. It moves like forward a bit when you hit it, which is weird. Huh. Huh. That is not triggering there. These hits are acting normally. Is it specifically the knockback when you talk? Five effect a minus. 0.5. Wow, is that really much that much of a difference? Oh, it's because the default size is tiny. I forgot to set that. Yeah. I forgot about that. Okay, so going direction. So we are 192. And this is below. This is my position, right? Because here we are using with target. So the target is the skeleton. Why is this positive? No, wait, this is correct. Wait. Wait. Hold on. That's weird. Why is the enemy moving forward? Ah, shit. Why is the enemy moving forward? You see how the enemy like darts forward when you hit it? Right there? Right? Hold on. Why is it moving forward? It moves forward when unblocked. It moves forward a little bit. Why? That's so weird. Why is that working? Happening? Huh. It's like moving forward a little bit. See that? Specifically when it blocks, it moves forward a little bit. Why is that happening? It's just an update, okay. Animation into black. That doesn't have anything. Block animation it will go into shielding. What? Yeah, it looks like it moves forward. It changed state for frames? Oh. Because if I do nothing, it doesn't happen. But when I hit, it moves forward. You see that, right? It happens specifically on the block. See that? What the fuck? Wait. No way. Hold on. Is it what I think it is? Wait. Is it? Wait. Is it what I think it is? Hold on. Wait, the knockback has a minus 25 effect here. So when we go in here, this is negative. So when I calculate this, the movement goes in the opposite direction, right? So if I just say the effect is going to be the effect, but with absolutes. Is that it? I was doing a negative knockback? It is. It was a negative knockback. Well, now that's interesting, isn't it? Huh. That little dash was a negative knockback. So now the bash only triggers if you are close enough, like this. Yeah. Medieval fight on second room. Yeah, that was quite the mathematical error right there. I thought having this on negative wouldn't like affect anything, but apparently it does. Ain't that interesting? That also means... Wait. Doesn't that mean I can really trigger it like doing this? Oh. If I like... Yeah. Oh, wow. That means you can actually bypass the door. Ah. Oh. Ah, shit. Oh. Wow. Yay. And we can go back in. Yay. Ah. You can trigger the defense, go around it, and hit it from behind, which is quite nice. Yeah. But if you hit it from the right direction, it can trigger the bash. Ain't that lovely? That was quite difficult to implement. Now there is one thing I need to fix. Currently, your attack does like minimum knockback because I hard-coded the size here, right? So the size needs to come from the actual attack, right? So let's see. I believe the player already has a size set. Yeah, right there. So what I need to do is transfer this size to the attack. So projectiles, score strike. Right here. Actually, we have the projectile parent here. Ah. Entity parent. Open parent. Here we have keyframes, force, attacker, interrupt list. I will put it here. Nice. By default. Right? So we don't have to worry about something not having a size. And for the player specifically, player, we need to find where we attack. Check defense, check attack. Here we trigger the sword attack, and I can say instance dot size is going to be my size. Yeah, apparently this is a result variable, huh? That's boring. What is size used for? Hold on. That's scaring me. Don't we have a variable size? Where is that coming from? That reserve word. Where is that coming from? The book event string silent global. Do we not have like a list of reserved words in GameMaker? GameMaker reserved words. Self-autheral, non-global, global bar, true, false, beyond gold bar, global bar, switch, self, exhale, X. I don't see size. Yeah, I'm trying to check the reserve words. I mean the words that the I thought it was like a variable that it was in use, but I don't know why it's like marking it as red here. These are usually reserved words. Then again, attack over there also is getting like set there, so Like, for example, I believe the words like size should be a reservoir, but it doesn't mark it. Only when I have like something dot size, it actually sets a red. But there is also 4. There is each, I believe. No. Attack apparently. Something dot attack. Yeah. Something dot size marks it as like a reservoir. I don't know why these ones are red, basically. And that's a bit worrying because if I don't know if those variables are supposed to have a different value that the engine is using for something, it makes it dangerous to just randomly modify them. Well, that's is set. The explosion, I'm going to set this size to something specific. So I will set size to let's make it huge. Yeah, so we have the actual trigger. So now it shouldn't work because I didn't actually set it correctly, right, on the attack. Here.
It casts no shadow.
It casts no shadow. So I can set size right here. And that should fix it. That's not working the way I thought it would. Hold on. I set the size and now it's not working as I thought. Oh. That's boring. Hold on. Let me check what's happening here. Okay, so our size is set to 0 somehow. Size is 2. Why is this 0 if I just set this to 2? The fuck? Size 0. Not set. Zero versus 2. Size is 2. Ah. Yeah, this is the skeleton. That's just an idea. 76. Oh, it's actually the same ID. That's weird. ID here should be the attack. The size is 2, hit size is 0. So we get the effect of 1 of this over 2. So it's just the basic knockback. It's not so fast, you're not setting size in between. The detail is that it should have a default of 0 on size, right? But here is telling me there is a size of 2, right? And assign it to this variable. For some reason, this variable is actually not getting the value, even though I'm declaring it like quite literally here, right? And once in here, you can see the value is still on 0, right? So that's a problem. 103,476. Is detecting is the same, but it's not skipping, which is weird. Hold on. Skeleton and player. Sword attack. This is the attacker right here. Size 0. By 0, which should not be here. Huh. Why is falling? Why is this happening? Oh, now it didn't trigger. Hold on. Let's check this. Okay. Oh, this is 0. Why is this 0? Wait so far, target ID, skip yourself. ID, add target ID. Now back ID. Why is the size 0? Of the shield skeleton. Oh! 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 I see. Oh, this debugger is really fucked up. Oh. So, just to tell you what's happening here. Just so I can like encapsulate why this debugger really fucked me up. Look. So, we go in here, right? I trigger the defense, I hit it, right? Here in the code, we can see currently our ID, the thing that is attacking currently, is the attack of the sword. You can see it right there, right? And our size is marked at 0, right? The sword attack has a size of 0. That's wrong. Not meant to be that, but we don't care about that for now, right? So this size is set to 0 because this is 0. Okay, but watch what happens after I have the compiler go
The
a bit
booger is
further.
really fucked up.
So I go forward 1 step, 2 steps, right? We went from this line to this over here, right? Now look at this variable. Suddenly it's 2, right? And you will see, might be thinking, what the fuck? The variable changed values just by moving 2 lines, right? What's happening is that when we use this function, we tell it all this code right here is to be executed as this, right? And this right here is the skeleton. And the skeleton has a size of 2. But for some reason, the debugger changes the value for this variable to what's in this skeleton, right? It's not that the value changed, it's that the debugger is reading the value from a different location. So down here, when I check this size that matches this one up here, this one is 0 because that's the value the sword had, and size is 2, right? The debugger is fucked up. That's the issue here. Now we're getting somewhere, right? So the value to this word is not getting assigned correctly. Okay. Progress. Now let's check out what's happening with this word strike. So yeah, basically the set was kind of right. Yes. So let's see. How do I think of it? Is that the correct size? Hold on. Unknown sizes. So this should be 0 right here, just to like show what value everything is supposed to have, right? So this is supposed to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, these are the values. The skeleton, I set it to large, to a 5, right? This word is supposed to be a 3. But for some reason the value is a 2. Huh. Hold on, let me try something. That's a bit weird, now that I think about it. So let's just check. A, B, C, D, F. Size dot tiny. Just to check the values are correct, because the compiler might be doing something weird. So we need to know the small, this medium, large. Just as to like have it as an example. Let me just check real quick. Let's see. So that's the thing we don't care about. Let's skip. Oh. Let's skip the lines real quick. So let's see. Tiny is 2 for some reason. Small 3, medium 4, 5, 8. The fuck? Why is tiny 2? Small is 3. Wait, isn't that kind of weird? Oh, fine is 0. So tiny is 2. Huh. Where is the tiny coming from? Such an annoying hotfix for a single enemy? Yeah. Where is the tiny coming from? KSSD Warhol. Oh, I see. I set it there instead of making the in fine. Okay, that explains a lot. Okay. At least we know that the numbers kinda don't do much to what I thought it was. Okay. One more check, real quick. I forgot to use the deck. Oops. Never mind then. Okay. We lost connection for a moment. Apparently we're back. I need to check the player. Instance.size is this size. Let me check this real quick, just to make sure that works. So if I do this, oh wow, it didn't trigger the what? Are you telling? Oh wait, this is the beam attack. I fucked up so hard. Oh, that actually makes sense. Wait. Where is the actual attack? Wait.
F.
There it is, the actual attack. And it's called strike. Okay. New. So.
Also, it's time. What a blunder.
It's still having like a bit much of a knockback, I will say. Grunting. Let's see. Is a good stopping point since they just finished fixing this? Kind of, yes. There are still issues, but mostly functional. Okay. So size 3. Okay. Target ID, we're going. Size 3 versus size 0. What are your size 0? Didn't I set the skeleton to have a specific size? Why are you size 0? Skeleton. Size large. Huh. What do you want, cat? Stop being annoying. Okay, let's stop here, actually. Since my cat is being annoying.
Crash. Ooh,
Let's just stop here.
that cooldown is massive. Cat orange whistling.
We fix some stuff. The shield bash is working. That's what's important here. So, let us leave it there. Yes. We shall
The
continue
booger is
this
really
next time.
packed up. F. Also, it's time. What a blunder.
Yes. Good night, good night. Bye-bye. Rest well. Thank you for coming.
Good night, everyone.
Yes. Good night, good night. Bye-bye. Adios. Good night. Good night, good night. Bye-bye. Thank you for coming. We will continue this on Sunday. Indeed. Good night. Bye-bye. Adios. Rest well. Good night, good night. I'm waiting for it to trigger. Didn't trigger! Good night! Bye-bye, adios!
That cooldown is massive. Cat orange whistling. Is the cooldown affecting all the decision making? What a dumb little skeleton. I have a macro for second and would do 1 seconds, for 1 second. Hashtag macro seconds game underscore get underscore speed game speed underscore FPS. Greater than. I'd use delta time, but I'm not sure GameMaker uses that. Smiley face emoji. It could be that, but if you ever go beyond 60 FPS then a hard-coded number wouldn't be correct anymore. Doesn't that screw over the time if the game isn't frame capped? Yes. You can use delta time, but I just assume we will hit 60 FPS at all times. Delta time is real time and not tied to frames. Yeah, but I'd hate to deal with it. Added complexity for my little games. delta differential pressure sucks smile. True, but it does ensure maximum compatibility. Yes, I don't think she capped the game to that's why the constant was there. 60% of the time, it works every time. What upset me recently in GMS is, list_shuffle will alter the list you give it, while array_shuffle. It burns when nothing else will, limau. Lol, I only know arrays in the context of partial differential equations for solving wave equations W. Technically all the same matrix stuff but used so differently. My brain is not braining enough to even try to comprehend all that. It's not relevant lol. That professor taught the class like an end grad level topic. Same, I'm barely able to figure out how to copy whole equations let alone partial ones. Penguin blue waving tear. Let's go. The only bash that comes to mind is Warcraft 3's bash, also Skyrim modding's bashed patches which is the explosion, crying face emoji. Still a tad long lol but better. In the wise words of DB's abridged Vegeta, why did I explode? No, not bomb man. Just comes down to fine-tuning now. Lol. Oh boy. I want to commit suicide editing this report. Oof. Nice. Break something? Lol, the teleport block. Looks like it changes state for a few frames. Physics puzzle. What you think it is, face purple crying. Aye nice. Made a boss fight in the second room, eyes purple crying. Assert words. Yeah, every time I'm like oh I gotta pay attention, my internet decides it's my time. It casts no shadow. Sweet. Good job. Not sweet, bad job tongue. It zooms so fast. Not setting underscore size in between? What is it? The booger is really fact up. Ah yay. DZ was right all along. Such an annoying hotfix for a single enemy lol. My pants. This is why her game's going to be out in 2039. Face blue wide eyes. Clock turquoise looking up. F. Also it's time, what a blunder. Well, what a good stopping point since she just finished fixing this. Spray bottle no more work. Good work Mew, good night everyone. Good job, hand pink waving. GN all. It doesn't work with limau. Hashtag macro baby ye. Macro baby ye.